In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 8, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Rutgers versus Ohio State. The number 25 Ohio State Buckeyes will host the Rutgers Scarlet Knights on Thursday for a Big Ten matchup at Value City Arena in Columbus. The Buckeyes are coming off a win against the St. Francis Red Flash and will be looking for their first conference win this season. The Scarlet Knights are entering this contest following a win against the Indiana Hoosiers. The Buckeyes needed a big performance in their last game, and they got it. Ohio State posted 50.7% shooting from the field, 56.5% from three-point range, 47 rebounds, and 20 assists against St. Francis. It was a solid bounce-back effort, but there's still plenty left to prove. The good news is that Ohio State has scored well this year with 72 or more points in 7 of 8 games. As for Rutgers, they put the clamps down on Indiana in their last game, out-rebounding the Hoosiers 47-33. The Knights shot just 36.7% from the floor, however. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights have only played 1 road game all season, resulting in a 68-61 loss against Miami, Florida. They also have a bad loss against Temple. Ohio State has earned a big win against Texas Tech, which was ranked at the time and is undefeated at home. Furthermore, Rutgers is a squad that relies on defense, but the Buckeyes' defense is also outstanding, plus they are the much better offensive team by a large margin. Rutgers is only averaging 105 points per 100 possessions, while Ohio State is third in all of DI with an average of 117 points per 100. The Scarlet Knights are shooting an abysmal 31.3% from three-point range and are not going to have success against a Buckeyes defense, limiting foes to 27.7% shooting from deep. This should be an interesting matchup though, so the Ohio State Buckeyes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Scarlet Knights' defense has been incredible. They are one of the best defensive teams in DI according to Ken Pomeroy's rankings. They have limited their foe to 49 or fewer points in 3 out of their last 4 games, and it's no surprise the under cashed in 3 of those games. Plus, they stand number 1 in DI in 3-point defense. In addition, the Buckeyes will contain a mediocre Scarlet Knights offense. They rely on defense to win games and are only shooting 42.2% from the field as a team and have only averaged 69 points in their last 3 games. Rutgers only scored 61 against Miami FL and 63 points against Indiana. I expect points to be at a premium in this Big Ten battle. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Iowa State versus Iowa. Number 20 Iowa State will try to maintain their strong start to the season when they face Iowa in a rivalry matchup on Thursday night. The Cyclones have won 7 of their first 8 games, including a 71-60 win over St. John's on Sunday. Iowa is looking to bounce back from a 74-62 loss to number 15 Duke on Tuesday. The Cyclones posted a nice win over a very good St. John's team in their last matchup, shooting 42.9% from the floor with 17 team assists. Iowa State still has some things to clean up. However, they shot a rough 1-8 of 2-8 from the line and were out-rebounded 37-36. The Cyclones' offense has been rolling along nicely this year. They've hit 68 or more points in 6 of 8 games so far. As for Iowa, they've scored 74 or more points in 6 of their 8 games, but only a combined 128 in their 2 losses. The Hawkeyes struggled in their 2 step-up games against TCU and UConn because of their limited offense. Iowa also struggled offensively in both of those games as well. Iowa State comes into this game at 7-1, and the Cyclones have been strong defensively even against better competition such as North Carolina. Iowa is trying to replace Keegan Murray and longtime starter Jordan Bohannon. The Hawkeyes are a team in transition this year. Iowa State is an elite defensive team, and they are going to lock down again in this game with their defense. The Cyclones will find a way to take away Murray, and that's when it all falls apart for the Hawkeyes. Iowa State has been good on both sides of the ball, and the Cyclones' shooting and defense should be the difference in this game. So the Iowa State to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Iowa State should be able to control this game defensively, and the Cyclones likely will slow the tempo after they build an early lead. Iowa's offense has been very inconsistent against top-level competition, and the Cyclones have been very good defensively even against top-level competition. Iowa State hasn't played a true road game yet, but they played in the Phil Knight Invitational Tournament in Portland, and the Cyclones were impressive there. Iowa State's defense should be able to limit the inconsistent Iowa offense, and the Cyclones are likely to try to shorten the game with long possession after they are able to build a solid lead, which is likely. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Michigan versus Minnesota. It's a Big Ten clash on Thursday as the Minnesota Golden Gophers host the Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines are 5-3 while the Golden Gophers are 4-4 overall and 0-1 in the Big Ten. This is the first Big Ten game for Michigan and second for Minnesota. Minnesota has won 3 of the last 4 games against Michigan, including a 75-65 last season. Michigan is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games and 7-19 against the spread in their last 26 games following an against the spread win, while the over is 7-2 in their last 9 road games. Minnesota is 3-8-1 against the spread in their last 12 games overall and 3-7-1 against the spread in their last 11 home games against a team with a losing road record, while the under is 5-0 in their last 5 home games. The Michigan Wolverines are on the road at Minnesota on Thursday night in an early Big Ten bout. This will be the first conference game for the Wolverines and the second for Minnesota, who lost to Purdue on Sunday. This game is at Minnesota, and that counts for something. The Golden Gophers have also won 3 of the last 4 in the series, but that hardly matters with as many players as have turned over on these rosters. Michigan is a long way ahead of the Gophers at this point in the season, and the standard opinion is that the Wolverines are also better than their 5-3 record. With 2 tough losses in a row to Virginia and Kentucky, Michigan is poised to get back in the win column. Minnesota has not beaten a significant opponent yet, and they have lost 3 straight to Virginia Tech, Purdue, and UNLV. Minnesota might get better as the year goes on, but right now, they are one dependable player and a mostly young, new, or inexperienced supporting cast. On the other side of the ball, Michigan has one of the better big men in the country in Hunter Dickinson, and he is surrounded by a young group of talented players who are learning fast, including Coach Juwan Howard's own son, guard Jett Howard. The Wolverines have far more talent, and they are playing better. It worries me a bit that this play is so obvious, which is usually when we should be fading, but it is hard to see how Michigan doesn't win by double digits. I get the reasoning for backing the Golden Gophers as a home underdog, but the problem for me here is that I just don't feel like Minnesota's a good basketball team, and they've had some close calls in what shouldn't be close call spots already this season, including a home loss to DePaul. Michigan's a solid roster, and I just think that side by side, in this matchup, they're the far better team. This Michigan team might not be as good as many expected, but they are a lot better than this Gophers team. Dickinson is going to have another monster game here for Michigan, and that is going to be the difference here, as Michigan is going to get the job done. I'll say it again, I do not understand why this line is so short. Michigan should be favored by a mile, so the Michigan Wolverines to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Michigan is an excellent defensive team, ranking number 89 in adjusted defensive efficiency and allowing 70 points per game. Moreover, they are 6th in blocked shots in the country and 308th in rebounds against. Minnesota only averages 63 points per game and is ranked number 182 in offensive efficiency. They will have a hard time hitting their season average against a stout Michigan defense. Further, Minnesota plays at a snail's pace, ranking number 338 in the country in pace of play. In the last 4 games, Michigan has played 3 games in the under. As for Minnesota, the under is 5-2 this season. This game is also headed below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.